Hey, welcome back to another video. Today I am recreating the creepypasta video I made a little bit ago. I wanted to talk about creepypastas again because OBS decided it'd be funny to tweak out and not work. Where's my article? There it is. So I decided to remake it and do it in beta and do the video in beta 1.7.3. This is like the classic. This is the classic old version of Minecraft. No sprinting, no enchants, no nothing. This is the golden age of Minecraft. So I just wanted to talk about creepypastas and do it in a way that felt like it fit the theme. So when I first got into horror, I was a bit too young for it. I was probably around. This was early internet, so I'd say around 5-6 years old. I mean, probably not that young, but I'll just say it's 5 or 6, just to get off this topic. How old I was, and my first, I remember it very vividly. My first interaction with horror was a Dan to the M video he made a very long time ago. I remember I watched it when it came out. It was my first Dan to the M video as well, and he was doing a mod showcase on like a creepypasta mod, and it's that one video. If anyone knows, it's the one video where he says like, "You son of a bitch" in it, like halfway through. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck you. Stop. Cut it out. Die. Holy hell. I don't want to go up and attack. I'm wasting my durability. But yeah, it was the one video where he said, "You son of a bitch," and that was unironically my first interaction with horror, and it was creepypastas from a very old Dan to the M video. And my interest in horror basically developed overnight because of that. Being a kid I was, with unrestricted internet access, I kind of just looked up creepypastas or horror or whatever. I don't know the exact term I used to look them up. But I began to look into it more, and the concept fascinated me. The concept fascinated me, and overnight I grew a love of horror, and from there I watched this one video. It was a Jeff the Killer video, like Jeff the Killer but in Minecraft, sort of video. And the guy was stuck in the attic of like a giant like white wall and wooden house. Like it's in the style of like one of those really old like German type houses with like the wood separating the white bits of the wall. If anyone, I don't know if I'm articulating that well, but yeah. It's one of those really old German type houses. And he has to like defend himself from Jeff. Like he keeps running away from like a Jeff the Killer mod. That's inside the house, and I'm really curious as to where that video came from. Like it was on YouTube, of course. I never left YouTube for a lot of that time. God, the music is so good. But actually I don't want it drowning me out, so I'm gonna put it at 50, just so it's not too loud. I don't know how that video even ended up being shown to me or anything. I don't even know what the video is called even. If any of you guys know what I'm talking about, please send a comment telling me what it is. I would love to see that video again. But yeah, and from that, Jeff the Killer became my favorite creepypasta. Of course, in hindsight, looking back, the original Jeff the Killer stories are interestingly written, to put it nicely. They definitely aren't the greatest pieces of media ever made. No, they're pretty bad. But he became my favorite. And it even got to the point where I don't know if any of you guys know what Little Big Planet is, but on the PlayStation 3, it got to the point where me and my best friend, my childhood best friend, would get on the PlayStation 3 and play Little Big Planet 3 levels that were like dedicated to creepypastas and stuff like that. We would just type in horror in the search bar, and we would just play custom user-made levels like that. That's where a lot of my like horror gaming stuff came from. Was from those hit or miss Little Big Planet levels from way back then. And I also started to get into the old-fashioned like Mr. Nightmare, like creepypasta narratives, where he would read off a creepypasta in his lovely deep voice. And I began to watch those as well. I really liked his animated videos as well. They were really good. I remember watching those a whole lot. What is my crouch button? Okay, that's good. I remember watching the animated videos, and they were really good. And then I started getting the creepypasta animations, or horror animations. There's this one video from ages ago that's like a compilation of 3-sentence horrors, or 2-sentence horror stories. That was animated. And I really liked that video as well. It was real nice. And then it went from that into horror movies, but I never really liked horror movies because they all felt either same-ish or just a trope fest. So I never really got into horror movies, but I did watch a few at the time. I should get more wood. But a lot of my horror consumption was from YouTube and Little Big Planet for a very long time. Until I got my first, well, my first and only Steam account, and I didn't get into horror right away. It was only decently recent, like I'd say a year or two, that I started getting into horror games, or trying to make pre-existing games spooky-like by, like for Minecraft for example, turning up the fog up to max, or playing Gmod and throwing myself into the dark room for the sake of it. And when I was growing up, I watched a decent couple of videos on Outlast 1, which isn't a great thing for a younger me to be watching, but it's too late now, I guess. I watched a lot of Outlast 1 a very long time ago, and I wanted to play it myself. And I had already forgotten a lot of what Outlast 1 was all about anyway, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get Outlast 1, and I'm gonna play it. And the game is definitely not for everyone. It's definitely just like run around, fetch quest sort of thing. But I personally really like it even now. I don't know why, but for me, being chased is a pretty big fear of mine. I don't like the idea of being chased by someone bad. It scares the shit out of me, to be honest. And so Outlast, kind of just fit up my alley in terms of scaring myself half to death. And then from Outlast 1, I played Outlast 2, and Outlast 2 isn't as good as the first, but it was still pretty fun. I still enjoyed it. There was still a lot of good scenes. I like the psychological horror stuff in that game a lot. I think the psychological horror is when the game really stands out. So I really enjoyed that about the game. And then from Outlast 2, I then got into Alien Isolation, which is, to this day, still an all-time favorite of mine. I really like Alien Isolation 2. Or Alien Isolation, not 2. There's not been a second game. But I really like Alien Isolation. I forgot to put these saplings away. I like how the AI progressively gets smarter and learns to avoid your tactics and stuff like that. So if you use the flamethrower too much, spoilers for anyone watching who hasn't played, but if you use the flamethrower too much, the alien will become resistant. If you use sound bombs or whatever they are, the alien will just avoid them. And I like how the alien doesn't have like a proper path. Like it doesn't just have like basic nodes that it follows. It actually tries to hunt you down. And if you sit in one area for long enough, eventually it will. That's such a cool thing, and I wish more games did that. Because that is one of the best parts about the game, is how crazy cool the AI is. And here I am now. I used to absolutely love Christmas, and I still do. It's always a fun holiday. But now I find myself way more attracted to Halloween, which is why I'm making this video in the first place, to talk about my admiration for horror. Because it's a pretty important part of my life. Horror, it has always been a big thing to me. I've always loved it. horror VR games and stuff like that. And you know, it's a very big part in what kind of person I am. I love horror. I'm not really a fan of movies, mainly because a lot of them just follow cliches and whatnot. But I mean, other than that, like, horror is a massive part of me and something I have always loved. So, going off of the liminal video, I decided let's remake the horror video because I think that could have been done way better. It'd been a bit more enjoyable. No, I make slop, but I don't make bad slop, okay? I don't make slop that I don't agree with. Only the best for my loyal viewers, you know? But, yeah, jokes aside. Because it's so close to Halloween, a holiday I very much enjoy and am very enthusiastic about. I figured, why not remake that video just in time for the spooky day and do it a little bit better. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed my yapping again. I enjoy yapping. Now, I don't plan on making videos every night, but I do want to increase making them. You know, find some more stuff to talk about because I do like doing this. It's fun. I do know that I have been playing a lot of Minecraft as background footage, and I'm not a Minecraft YouTuber. I just want to get the cat out of the bag now. I'm not a Minecraft YouTuber. I don't ever plan on being a Minecraft YouTuber. But it's just kind of the most convenient game to play. It's kind of the most convenient game to play while I talk. Not very demanding or anything like that. So yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed. And yeah. Have a good night.